This is the time for the salvation of the heirs of salvation. This is the time to die no more. The unicorn is also unique. Is unique. So I want to tell you some of the unique features of this animal bird. The unique character of the unicorn. One is indomitable. The unicorn is indomitable. Now, what does this mean? It's fearless. Completely fearless. It does not fear anything. Do you understand what I'm saying? The unicorn will not set eyes on an animal, for instance, that is a predator and has any atom of fear. The unicorn is not a prey. Are you hearing me? All right. Now, also, the unicorn is apparitional. That is, changes while on the highest fly. Let me explain it. When the unicorn has flown away, okay? And then has gotten to that height that is the highest. That is, like just like the eagle today. They try to, the eagle flies so high, right? Now, the height the eagle flies is nothing to compare to the height the unicorn flies. Yet the unicorn is far bigger in size. Are you hearing me? Are you getting this? That you see, I told you is an animal bird, while the eagle is a bird. Did you see? The eagle is a bird. The unicorn is like a horse. If he keeps the wings this way, he has two wings and a horn in between or on the forehead. I hope you know. A horn. Thank you. Now, the unicorn, if you should see the unicorn, it's like the horse, The horse, but it's bigger in size of the horse, But it's exactly like the horse. That's in terms of look. Just that the horse has no horn. Or in terms of looks. So if the unicorn should fly to that point where if you should look, just like you see that bird that is high. And then when you look, you just see the bird, and behind the bird is what? Or above the bird is what? The sky. Am I correct? So like if you should snap that, what will serve as a background to the bird will be the sky. Now when the unicorn is in that height, and you're watching like this, you see that he flies. Oh my goodness. Like as he flies, then at the time he looks like he's invisible. Like you are not seeing it anymore. Then after some time, you not see it. By the time you are seeing it, like you didn't see it from this point. By the time you are seeing it again, it might be now somewhere very far. Then you're wondering because he disappeared. But it's not exactly that he disappeared. That's why it's called apparition. The sky helped it. Are you getting it? The sky helped, because it's the color of the very animal bird, the color, and the color of the sky, they agree so well. Are you getting what I'm saying? So, like I said, thank you. That the unicorn, being apparitional, means changes while on the highest fly. That is when the sky is a background for it. Makes it look invisible and again visible intermittently. And that animal bird is so vibrant, so energetic. Like when you refer to somebody and say that person is high spirited, And also is the cleanest animal bird. The unicorn is the cleanest animal bird. Takes very long time before it eases self. Takes very long time before it eases what? Self. Very long time before it eases self. Like go to defecate. You know what I mean? To pass out feces. Takes very long time before it feels hungry or thirsty. Takes very long before it gets exhausted or energy drained. Are you getting this? Cannot defecate publicly. I didn't say we're not. Can, like if he's feeling like, and there are, let's say, one fellow bird, not human being, fellow animal bird watching, he wouldn't do it. cannot defecate publicly, but digs a little before doing so, and on very high mountain. Are you hearing me? To get the unicorn to settle down for you, is very hard. But when you have, that becomes a very strong bonding. Are you getting this? The unicorn is the most difficult animal bird to get. Like when you say that, when you want to domesticate something, kind of. It's such a beautiful animal bird. So beautiful, majestic. All those things that at times they try to take its feather or take what belongs to the very animal or horn or so, and and try to give a lot of spiritual meaning to it. The one that, if he's in the air today, will take over all of that is the unicorn. The horn of the unicorn is something else. If the unicorn should spread the wings and you want to capture snap it, it is a sin. The unicorn is the cleanest animal bird. The cleanest. The unicorn flying on air. It takes also a lot of energy. Looking at the size of it. Are you hearing me? To fly. Like birds fly, yes. But birds which bird is as big as a horse? That will help you to know then that it takes a lot of energy for that size of like an animal bird to fly on air. Then you wonder, so what? The thing should be able to be eating something that is highly energy giving. Am I correct? Thank you. So you want to know what the unicorn eats? You want to know what the unicorn eats? I will tell you. The unicorn, thank you. What the unicorn eats that is in the air today, now, as I'm talking, is water. Apart from water, what the unicorn eats is no longer in the earth. It is what the tree that is among the tallest trees in the earth at a time brings forth. Are you hearing me? In the form of fruits. Not grass. Not animal. You know about animals that went extinct. Am I correct? You didn't know about trees that went extinct. Gopher tree is no longer in the earth. Am I correct? What about that? Gopher was a tree that supplied everything that was needed to couple an ark. I told you that was like a puzzle. I told you that. My point is this, that the unicorn is such a God. Is such there's this thing about a certain phoenix, if you remember. If you have come across that they give a lot of magical this and magical that to that bird. That bird is junior to the unicorn. Are you hearing me? The unicorn, the energy of the unicorn, like I don't want to talk too much about it because that's not what I'm not telling you. My message today is not about the unicorn. I'm just trying to tell you what Lord Adam was able to get and keep in his zoo. The unicorn, I told you that Lord Adam rode on in entering into Egypt. Did you remember? When I spoke about the triumphant entrance of Jesus, his prominence into Jerusalem, what that linked, what that should help you to understand. That very unicorn was a young unicorn. There is the mother of the very unicorn. How did Lord Adam get that unicorn? How did Lord Adam get the unicorn? My point is, there are species of certain animals. Ah, my goodness. It's not even in the sea. You have the mermaids. I've also explained to you that then. That there are reasons the God of creation has to make them be in the earth at that time. For instance, the unicorns, they land on the highest mountains. And they are also there to discourage people who will want to, just out of curiosity. The people that like voyage and so on. adventurous kind of, to discourage them. That's the same way also things like dragons. For instance, why will the word dragon be used to represent a cherub? That's why would the name dragon, be what can be used in talking about or in referring to a celestial character, a supernatural person, a supernatural creature. Do you know why? I will tell you. The dragon, for instance, the dragon or okay, maybe dinosaur will be easier for you. But okay, let me leave dinosaur. The dragon. Now the dragon has cracked voices, right? Or cracked voice. I hope you know that. You don't know. If the lion roars, how is the voice? The lion roars, it suggests to you that the voice is cracked. Am I correct? But it's not exactly about cracking. It is because it's like a force of nature. There are animals or animal birds, that are in the similitudes of such. So the lion roaring is like just like the lion I told you before, that is like the spirit of untamed wild nature. Am I correct? Like the wild, the wilderness, like the king of the jungle, the lion, and so on. That's also how it is when it comes to some of these animal birds I'm talking about today. So the dragon brings out naked flame. The voice box of the dragon, where that voice that if it comes out, it looks like it is cracked. Am I correct? What is just like, we have our vocal cord. Am I correct? Then the vocal cord, the foundation of it is the voice box, right? And there is what happens for the voice to come out. That's also how the lion that roars, and you see how not just roar, the voice is cracked. It's cracked, like the tone, the voice is like thunderous. Yes, like thunderous. The lion is small in comparison to the dragon. When the dragon was in the earth, do you know that? The dragon vomits naked flame. Not like vomit, like and naked flame. It's from the voice box. Are you getting it now? The cherubim also, their voice is thunderous. The voice of the cherubim, are you hearing me? Is that way. And also can bring out celestial fire. Haven't I told you that? That's the reason the dragon can play, that is, can be used in talking about, for instance, Lucifer. That is not just in what was chosen to use anyhow. Do you understand what I'm saying? Right? Just like the serpent. Just like the serpent was also chosen. The main serpent that was chosen is no longer in the earth. That's the main one. There is a certain serpent that is no longer in the earth. That very serpent also is the kind that can fly. That very serpent can fly. And I don't mean fly with wings. I don't mean fly with wings. Okay? It's not about shape or anatomy here. It's about character. The one I mean is a certain kind of anaconda. A certain kind of anaconda that can throw itself. It can throw itself from a particular place to a particular place. And can also stand tall and check around it before doing so. These are territorial animals, if you understand what that means. They stay in a place. They want to be the king of that environment. Do you understand? So these are like they are like force of nature, animated. They are like force of nature, animated. Thank you. So if you look into Job 41, it will help you. The unicorn is not a prey, like I said. It means it's not food to any predator. It's not a pet, and it's not carnivorous. It's not a carnivore. Has male and female gender, and therefore practice mating to multiply. Put to bed and breastfeed its young one. Make big holes in very high mountains and build nests for the unborn cub before giving birth. Is the animal bird with the longest lifespan. Then when it comes to the unique characters, some of the characteristics it has that is unique. I said it's indomitable, it's fearless, Apparition that is changes while on the highest fly. That is when the sky is a background for it, makes it look invisible and again visible intermittently. It's so vibrant, so energetic, like high spirited. It's the cleanest animal bird, takes very long time before it eases itself, takes very long time before it feels hungry or thirsty. So the reason I said, like I said, that the very unicorn drinks from the sea. Did you hear that? Do you know why? It is because it drinks a lot of water. The quantity of water it takes is one of the reasons. It doesn't easily feel thirsty. It doesn't easily feel hungry. Are you getting it now? It will take that water, for instance, if it should take a flight. If it should fly from a place to a place, look at it now. Are you getting what I'm saying? So the water is like, just like aeroplane needs water or needs liquid stuff. Am I correct? That is the reason I used the word. I wrote consume here. Consume a lot of water. And the unicorn does not drink from every river. It doesn't mean any river, anything like that. That is water. You will go and drink. The unicorn drinks from a particular kind. And that kind mostly is where sea is. That is the kind of water you call sea. You know, there is a river, there is sea, then there is ocean. The unicorn drinks from the sea. The unicorn drinks from the sea and drinks a lot of water. And then aside that, it's fruit. And the fruit, the tree that produces the fruit in question is no longer in the earth. These are amongst those, in fact, the animals or birds or fishes that were in the earth before they fall. Before they fall. Before they fall. Do you understand? So like I said, cannot defecate publicly, but digs a little before doing so. And on a very high on very high mountains. To get the unicorn to settle down for you is very hard. But when you have, becomes a very strong bonding. That will be a serious bonding between you and the very unicorn. Just like there are birds, animals, and fishes. All of these excludes humans. Like I told you, humans are not animals. So there are birds, animals, and fishes, you know, as they taught you. Then among the fishes, there are amphibians, that is animals, that can survive in water and on land. So also among birds, there are animal birds. That is animals that live like birds. And land animals. They live like birds and also land animals. An example of that is the unicorn. Fly the highest and like birds, perch on tall trees. And when I mean tall trees, yeah, the kind is not even in the earth anymore. You see what I mean? The kind of trees it perches on, aside mountains, is that same kind I told you that has the fruit he can eat from. I mean, that has the fruit he eats. They are very gigantic in size and also very tall. The unicorn lands on very high mountains. Also, the dragons, dinosaurs, and so on are territorial creatures to scare away or discourage humans who will unduly crave to go into the adventures and explorations of the forests, very high mountains, waterfalls, deserts, for a wide life experience and discoveries. As there are places with extreme weather conditions, even at that time, and this is often born of extreme curiosity. So that's why these kind of animals or animal birds are in the earth at that time. I told you that these are special breeds or species of creatures that refer to as creatures that are between the celestial and terrestrial sphere. Another is the mermaids. These are built to rescue drowning individuals during the early age of the church and to scare people away from diving into rivers that can endanger the person's lives, as there are sea monsters, you know. Also, the reason the rhino, like the hippos or hippopotamus, crocodiles look ugly and scary. The sea monsters, like you can refer to them, their ugly look and why they come out of the waters to go back after some time, I mean as amphibians, was actually to scare humans away from coming around the rivers because of the dangers of becoming drowned, especially at the primeval age. Father Adam taught these things. The mermaids are sub-celestial creatures, I mean between the terrestrial and the celestial, see, which are not supposed to exceed a certain dispensation and are rescue forces, marine forces around the shores of rivers, seas, and oceans in the primeval earth. Also, the unicorns, dragons, dinosaurs, and so on are territorial creatures to scare away or discourage humans who will unduly crave to go into the adventures and explorations of the forest, very high mountains, waterfalls, deserts for a wildlife experience and discoveries. Yeah. As there are places with extreme weather conditions, even at that time, and so on. I said also, imagine that the dragons can produce thunderous vocals and naked flames, while the cherubim can produce celestial kind of naked flames, and also has thunderous voice, as if he has cracked voice. Like the roars of the lion comes out in a cracked voice sounds, while the seraphim's voice are the opposite and can make bubbles. I mean, the vocal cord in the voice box of these creatures can make bubble like showers, come out with the speeches or songs when they want to do so. The voice of the seraphim are so beautiful, you know. This is why the dragon can represent Lucifer in the Bible, you see. So, what I'm trying to say here is this. That look at this, and just this one now that I call the unicorn. Lord Adam has that as among the animals he has in his zoo. I just use the word zoo to expand your, that's to help you not think it's just you know, like a people that you refer to as people that rear cows. You can just look and see a lot of cows that they are rearing. It's like a zoo. It's like a zoo, but it was not for money and so on. But the unicorn was there, and the story of Lord Adam. Oh God of mercy! See, for instance, if I should start talking about how he got the unicorn. How he got the unicorn. If I should go into that, then I will be giving you a script for a movie. Are you hearing me? I will be giving you a script for a movie. If I should tell you how Lord Adam captured the unicorn in question. Don't forget that I said it, that this man of God, Lord Adam, that he taught he wrote on clay walls, he wrote in symbolic and esoteric languages, teachings on alphabets, numbers, days, months, years, how to read, how to write. He taught these things. Do you know he taught these things? That is introductory technology, handicraft technology, making wares, building with clay pots, plates, cups, cleanliness and hygiene, agricultural science, tent making or making cubicles, soap making and body lotions, cooking, catering. He taught these things. Lord Adam taught these things. Yes. And the name of his institution in this angle is Ark Academy. Movies in heaven are all superhero movies. Movies in heaven, aside the one that will make you laugh, okay, are all what? Superhero movies, all inspired by Lord Adam. All inspired by the life of the Son that God gave birth to. You see that word, and by that in the tried and wrote it this way, and through him all things were made. Have you seen that kind of thing in your Bible? Through him. That was what they were trying to say. That was like the Logos, its own, itself, was inspired. The Logos was inspired by who? I didn't mean Lord Adam inspired God. You see, the Logos of the God of creation was inspired by the very Son that God gave birth to. Then I'm talking about the movies in heaven. No movie in heaven is a tragedy. Are you hearing me? No movie in heaven is a tragedy. No movie in heaven. Even the one that has to do with Lucifer. By the time we are reached, okay, let's say by the time we have reached the 10th dispensation, you will understand that it is not a tragedy. Even if you want to look into what Lucifer did, are you getting his whoredoms and so on, you will still see that you wouldn't call it tragedy by the time you've seen the end of Lucifer and cohorts. Praise God. I want to give you some examples of the proverbs of Jedediah. The proverbs of Jedediah. the son of the David of the mankind race. A growth that you were never scolded or reprimanded for is not a growth, but a Greek. A growth that you were never scolded or reprimanded for is not a growth, but a Greek. Have you ever seen this kind of, that hen, that chicken, they call what? A Greek. How is that chicken? How that chicken that they call a Greek? How is it? No. Is it not bigger? Is it not big in size? Why did they say that it's a Greek? Are they blessing it? Are they blessing that? Like say, no, that's like, oh, this is a Greek. It's so beautiful. When they say it's a Greek, what do they mean? You shouldn't mind this growth, oh. That's what they're saying. This growth is just buffoon. That's what they mean. Did you see? A growth that you were never scolded or reprimanded for is not a growth, but a Greek. Should I give you another one? Proverbs of Jedidiah. Proverbs of Jedidiah, the son of the David of the mankind race. Another one. A transfiguration without a stretching or without a stretching out from a size to another, either higher or lower, is not a transfiguration at all. A transfiguration without a stretching out from a size to another, comma, either lower or higher, is not a transfiguration at all. Compare this to what they wrote that happened to Jesus, his prominence, on the mountain of Olives. And he transfigured. And they made it look like it was just like maybe he shined brighter. And looked like there was no change in size. Then also what they wrote concerning Elijah. And Elijah transfigured. It was looking like Elisha has nothing to explain concerning the transfiguration he meant. What actually happened. A transfiguration without a stretching out from a size to another, either lower or higher, either higher or lower. Why this lower or higher? Because there was a transfiguration that happened to the physical body that God coupled in the fall. That was a shrinking. That's a transfiguration. You see, that is the reason there's need for you to stretch back to the original anatomy. Are you seeing that? Should I give you another? A salvation without any deliverance procedure is not a salvation. A salvation without any deliverance procedure is not a salvation. Should I give you another? The spirit being does not need to be immortalized, because he is immortal already. No, look at this. The spirit being does not need to be immortalized, because he's immortal already, comma. But the body that is mortal does, because of her mortal nature. Should I give you another? Who the real champion is not that person who another fought for, comma, is not that person who another fought his battles and then gave him the victory. Compare this to what they told you out there, that Jesus Christ fought your battles and gave you the victory, and yet you are supposed to be more than the conqueror, overcomer, and so on. People were flogged 39 lashes, 39, for preaching the Son of God's message. That is not once. And they were happy that they were flogged for the sake of the message. Then prophet today is telling you that the growth that occurred without, you see, without any reprimand, without any scolding, without any flogging. Maybe I put it that way. It's not growth, but agric. These are some of the wisdom. These are some of the wise words of Jedediah. Compared to the Proverbs of Solomon. This is the time for the salvation of the heads of salvation. This is the time to die